Hey, how's it going, everybody? I'm Sean.
I'm Ryan.
And we're the Natural Gamers, and today we're going to be discussing, since both these games are out, we reviewed both of them, had a lot of time to play both of them. Battlefield 3 versus
Modern Warfare 3.
Yeah. So the first category, single player. Ryan, what do you think?
Well, they both have a shit storyline, I will say.
Both they're kind of negligible, they're just kind of there. But I mean, Battlefield actually has a slightly more realistic,
more kind of wowy. Modern Warfare has those moments, but they're not as good as the moments of Battlefield 3.
No, I mean, Modern Warfare is just shock value and just wow, just Michael Bay type building explosion, you know, just big, over the top, everything's over the top. Where Battlefield 3 is a much more, it has, like, you know, things crazy and blowing up and everything, but it's much more subtle and rooted in reality.
Yeah. And then,
none of these, you don't feel like you're playing like anybody's like a character from an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie.
And they kind of have a personality.
Yeah.
They do.
So yeah, I'd probably go with Battlefield 3. As far as, like, I was surprised how much fun I had with that. Yeah. And then I was really surprised how bored I was by Modern Warfare 3. So
we saw who put more time into what.
So what do you think?
What do I think? I think
Battlefield 3.
Yeah, slightly. Like, you mean?
No, it's a slight. It's close. It's close. It's close. But I think just because of being able to, you know, control tanks and you know, have the whole
jet shit,
the jet stuff and everything like that. Overall, like, I think Battlefield is going to take it. Yeah. So next category, the co-op stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't actually get a chance to check it out. So Ryan, what did you think?
I dibble dabbled into it. You know, and I will say, you know, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 probably has more enjoyable co-op thing. You know, the Spec Ops thing is kind of like more, you know, not personal, but it's just a lot more fun.
A lot more overall, just fun.
Where Battlefield 3, you kind of have to work as a team a little bit more, but in the same time, Spec Ops, you really do have to work as a team. So it's kind of like, it's the same thing, but, you know, like I said, Modern Warfare 3 is a little bit more enjoyable and fun than Battlefield 3. Because Battlefield 3 kind of is boring, but it's not. Okay, it's just okay.
Slower pace.
Yeah.
Our next thing, which is probably the thing we'll talk about the most, just the general multiplayer.
Yeah.
In the same way that I think, like Ryan was saying about the co-op stuff being a little slower paced, I think the multiplayer for Battlefield 3 is a little slower paced than it is for Modern Warfare. I mean, well, actually a lot slower paced.
Yeah.
If you were to compare the two, because they're two very different types. One's a squad-based, kind of more realistic, more militaristic, more like, you know, actually working as a team, and then where Modern Warfare 3, just like all the other Modern Warfares and Call of Duty series in general, it's just a shoot 'em up. Yeah. I mean, that's what it is when it comes down to it.
I mean, the team, you know, the team objective is implied, but the people who play the game kind of don't really follow it. But there are people, you know,
there's some people, but like, I think on Battlefield 3, in my, like, what I've seen is a lot of people, people play the objectives. Yes. And they play them as a team, and they're trying to work together and stuff like that quite often, actually. I mean, that's generally, I don't think I've really run into any objective-based game
that does it so well. And
if you want to just, like, shoot each other, then they play Team Deathmatch.
Yeah.
Modern Warfare 3, it's just like, everybody's just worried about KD ratios. Yeah. Doesn't really have a hell of a lot to do with playing the objective.
Yeah, I will say I have more wins in Battlefield than I do in Call of Duty. Just maybe because it's so fast paced, and you kind of have like a loyal community in Battlefield where it's just like a totally different community in Modern Warfare. But you know. Yeah.
Almost, I think actually, well, Battlefield seems like there's a lot more adults. Actually, a lot more mature people are on there. There's a little less children, less kids. I mean, there is. I mean, we're being, you know, as fair and as pragmatic as possible, but there's a lot of assholes on Call of Duty, and there always has been. I don't think that's news to anybody. No. Battlefield 3, I haven't really run into it as much. I've heard it, like a few things. Yeah. You're gonna find that in any video game.
Always somebody, you know, they're so much better than you.
Trying to piss on your parade.
Exactly. Battlefield put in so much more work and effort than what Modern Warfare 3 did.
I agree. Yeah,
I think, you know, new graphics engine, the dedicated servers.
Dedicated servers, which is actually just now that Modern Warfare 3 is out, is making a big difference.
Yes.
Making a bit like Modern Warfare 3. You're always getting booted. You're always migrating hosts. Sometimes it can take I'm sorry, but 10 minutes to get into a game is too long.
Yes. We're in Battlefield 3. You know, you pick what you want to be in, and bam,
you're in it.
You're in the fucking game.
I mean, they stumbled a little bit with those dedicated servers, like the first that launch week. Right. And I get it. That was pissed people off. It pissed us off too. We're just kind of like, you know,
we wanted to play the game.
We wanted to play the game. It was a bummer. But I think in the long run, that's totally a boon to us, like having dedicated servers as players. Because you get fucking barely any lag, hardly ever happens.
No.
You connect, like, right away.
And we're in Modern Warfare 3 where you don't know. Like, you could be having a good game in the middle of nowhere.
A fantastic game, and then you're migrating hosts and you get disconnected from the server.
Disconnected from the...
We enjoy both of them.
We do. Like, I will say, there will be times, in my life in the near future that I will want to play Modern Warfare 3 more over Battlefield 3.
Because Modern Warfare 3 is a much more fast-paced thing. I think it's less satisfying though myself.
Yeah. For the kills. No.
I find it less satisfying because once you know the route to run on any Modern Warfare map, I think any Black Ops map, once you know your game plan, you can always do that. And it's never going to have to change. You're never going to really have to adapt. You're going to find what works, and that's what you're going to do. You're gonna just learn that map really well, and I think on Battlefield 3 there's less opportunity to do that because those games change depending on who you're playing with and how well they know how to utilize things like vehicles.
Vehicles make a big difference about it.
Or snipers, or because some games you get in there are no snipers, and that's completely changes. Sometimes you get in, nobody uses fucking tanks. Sometimes you get in, somebody really does know how to use a tank, and they're blowing holes in your cover and stuff like that. So that's a game it constantly feels fresh. Yeah. Whereas we've been playing Modern Warfare 3. We actually just got done playing a little bit a few hours ago. And it already feels stale. It kind of already does because I feel like I've already played the game before.
I feel like they didn't try. I feel like
it does feel like a little bit of a cash in.
They gave up this half-assed game, and they're gonna screw you over because they know you'll buy it.
And I think Modern Warfare people really think about it. I mean, do you really feel like this was a fantastic game? Was this worth $60 for the game? And then also, I think most people that got it on launch probably got Call of Duty Elite.
But there are perks to Elite, but you also pay for them.
There's perks to Elite, but it doesn't have to be something that you should have had to pay for. The last thing I want to bring up is the online pass thing. EA. They were the first company to do it, so obviously Battlefield has the online pass. Yeah. If you buy it used, you gotta pay $10 to play on multiplayer.
Might as well buy a brand new version of the game.
At this point, yeah. Until it comes down to $30, and then it'd be worth, it would be worth buying used. But that's not. It's kind of I feel like that's not something that's something that's moving into dangerous territory for gamers. And especially this Call of Duty Elite thing is moving into dangerous territory. It's moving into the pay-to-play territory. Because the president from Activision came out and made an official that they would like to make the Call of Duty series, the online experience thing, a pay-to-play experience. And it's not fair. After you spend $60 on the game and $200 or $300 on your console, or however much on your computer and your graphics card, just so you can run these games, to have to fucking play the yearly fee, and or monthly fee or yearly fee. They're doing it because MMOs, things like World of Warcraft and stuff, people
are so successful.
Yeah. They're not just successful. People just do it and they don't ask questions.
Yeah.
I hope that people actually do speak out against this.
But this thing, they're nothing like a World of Warcraft. It's
totally different kind of things. No, but people would pay. People would pay.
People would pay.
I mean, people already are, especially when it comes to the online pass stuff. Or the Arkham City, what they did where they were withholding main story content to people
who didn't buy
don't buy it brand new. It's just bad for gamers. Bad for gamers all around. No matter what game you prefer, it's bad all around. So final thing, what kind of game do you feel that is better than the other?
I feel like Battlefield 3 blows us out of the water. No questions asked.
I think, because Battlefield 3 actually, it's a very well-designed game.
Yes, and they tried. They put the work into it. Like I said, graphics engine, dedicated servers, all this, all this stuff, and they really, appealed to the gamer. Where Modern Warfare 3 feels like they just
it's a rehash. Yeah. I mean, Modern Warfare 3, and I agree with Ryan. I'm gonna go Battlefield 3, and not to be totally just shitting on Modern Warfare 3, but it really does feel like a rehash of something I've already played. And they didn't really bring it feels like an add-on pack. Yeah. Back in the day, and if you were a PC gamer back in the day, be familiar with add-on packs. Things that come out, these little things that would come out after, a few months after, the Half-Life, they had add-on packs. They had they had the Special Forces one, and they had the Half-Life Blue Shift and stuff like that. And that's what it kind of felt like to me, overall. just like a cash grab.
Felt like
But they've had 2 years, and I understand they've had some legal troubles and stuff like that back and forth, which probably stymied the production of the game and whatnot. But I don't know. So there's things obviously you got to take those kind of things into account as well. But like, it wouldn't have killed them. It wouldn't have been any less successful had it come out in January. I know they're trying to get the Christmas spenders and stuff like that, but I don't think this really would change their numbers very much.
Yeah, so people would just
people would buy this game no matter what time of year it came out.
Duty.
It could have came out on a Sunday in March, and people would have been there. Both excellent games, both a lot of fun for different reasons. But I think overall, at the end of the day, I think Battlefield 3 is going to be the one that I'm going to be playing more, and I think a lot of people are going to come around to it.
When Modern Warfare 3 runs out of its steam, I think a lot more people will jump on Battlefield.
Yeah, that's going to do it for us.
It is.
I'm Sean.
I'm Ryan.
And remember to check us out on Facebook, Twitter, like our videos if you like it, and if you don't, just fucking dislike. Subscribe so you can dislike our other videos. Share with all your friends so they can dislike it too. It's gonna be fantastic.
It is.
This is the dislike campaign.
If it gets us what we want,
just give me what I want, and I'll give you what you want.
Exactly. Share your video.
Just rage.
Rage.
We're the Natural Gamers, and we'll see you next time we have something to talk about.